Lovely, very nice. Welcome to the Chelsea Football Fancast, fueled by Guinness, powered by celery. The show that has once again been nominated for an award or two. How about those apples? Now, I am Stamford Chidge, and the name of tonight's show is the Chelsea Football Fancast. Reasons to be cheerful. Oh, yes. So, Arsenal have finally ended their trophy drought, meaning that with one cup in 9 years, Arsene Wenger is clearly a better manager than Jose Mourinho, who has only won 12 in the same time. Yes, indeed. But fear not, Chelsea did not end the season even empty-handed, as the youth team and the under-21 side both won their respective competitions. I really enjoyed that last week. Now, hopefully that will bode well for our future. But tonight we will be looking back at the last 9 months and we'll be reflecting on the season, and we will in fact be asking if there are any reasons to be cheerful. But before all of that, joining me tonight is Darren.
Hello.
I like that. That's kind of learnt that from Jonathan Kidd, you know.
Want to take a stance
to do a bit of that, you know. Nice to see you, fella. You're looking very mean tonight. You've had your hair cropped. You're now looking like that bloke from Green Street
it's my
again.
summer
yeah.
isn't it?
Remember that when I tweeted that pic and, you know?
Yeah, I forgot you said about Green Street.
You
That's
do look a bit like
comparisons
him.
you could have used.
Do you do a good German accent as well?
Not at all.
Not at all. Okay, we'll move on then. Good to see you, mate. And we got Pablo on my left tonight.
Hello.
That's freaked me out a bit.
Yeah, it's my wrong side.
It's your wrong side. Oh, no. You don't, do you not like being on the left-hand side?
Not anymore.
I didn't want you to be like in front of the computer.
No, it's not a problem.
I know you don't like
it. Does look a bit awkward with three of us, though. It's not usual.
You're not like this. Really freak you out.
Yeah, it has.
Oh,
it's
man.
Change. Can't handle it.
It's nice to see you.
Yeah,
It's the
too.
last show of the season. It's like D-Mob happy tonight. Now, apart from these two fantastic, fine gentlemen, the bastions, in fact, of the Chelsea Fancast for the last 2 or 3 years, we've also got our lovely people on the benches tonight. Look at that. Aren't they looking lovely? Now, we've got Andy. Hello, Andy.
Evening, Chidge.
How are you, Chef? You all right?
All good, nothing bad.
Lovely stuff. We've got Dan.
Evening, how you doing?
What did you say?
How you doing?
I'm all right.
It's quite obvious what you said.
I don't know. I thought he said, hello, Andy. I'm thinking, what? It's all a bit surreal. We've also got the gaffer back in town.
Good evening.
How are you, mate?
Yeah, fine, thank you.
Now, last but by no means least, and this is quite, I don't know if this is good or bad, but I had a pint with Seb earlier. Hello, Seb.
Hi, evening, Chidge.
Seb informed me that he was on the last show we ever did in Putney Station. Yeah. So I hope that he's not a bad omen that this will be the last show we ever do at Sports. Yeah, Jinx, exactly. Greg's already shouted Jinx. Seb, it's great to see you, mate.
It's good to be back.
We have missed you.
Yeah.
Right, now, enough of all that. Now, on the show tonight, we will be having a look at Ross's player ratings of the year, which is going to be something else, I tell you. He's been telling me he's done about 3 days' work on this.
150 equations.
Yeah, you know, I mean, he's basically put the spreadsheet from North London to shame on this effort. I've seen it. It's amazing. Anyway, we'll be looking at that, and also as I said, we'll be asking what reasons, if any, and I think there are quite a few reasons we've got to be cheerful from the last season. And we may even have time to have a look at our summer hopes and the impending transfer madness. Oh, yes. But more importantly than all of that, we've got the results of the Chelsea Fancast Season Awards 2013 to 2014. And you lot out there have officially got 27 minutes to get your votes in. If you're listening on Mixlr, I've already posted the link for which you have to go and vote, and that is basically go to chelseafancast.com, look at the On the Blog section, and it's all under latest news. There's a blog on there that has the awards on there, and you can go and vote. You've got 26 minutes to go and do that. And of course, you can find it on Twitter as well. Now, talking of awards, drumroll time, Darren. Absolutely. Talking of awards, we, as in me and the Chelsea Fancast, have again been nominated for the World Soccer Talk Awards. Now, we've actually been nominated in 4 categories this year, which is a record for us. So we're up for Best Club Podcast, Chelsea Fancast. Best Podcast Presenter, Darren Mantle. Stamford Chidge, that would be me. Best Club Blog, that would be Chelsea Fancast. So this is for the website. And Best Blogger, that would be me, Stamford Chidge. So if you do not go and vote, the lads will be sent round to mete out serious violence to you. So you have to go and vote. You've got until Sunday the 25th of May, and the winners will be announced on Tuesday the 27th of May. So go and vote now. Do it now, people, or there will be repercussions. And the place you go and vote is worldsoccertalk.com/awards. I'm liking our slightly
I
3D
quite liked it at the start when it said Stamford Chidge underneath me, and you're over there talking somewhere.
Yeah, but everybody knows. There are people in the Amazon rainforest who know that you are not Stamford Chidge.
Yeah.
I would take that as a compliment. But there you go. So go and vote. It means a lot. That we are way behind everybody, so we do need your vote. Go and do it now. Now, of course, during the show, you can tweet us at Chelsea FanCast. And, of course, if you're listening on Mixler, which some of you I know are, which is brilliant, then all you have to do is go to our website, chelseafancast.com, and then go to the Chelsea Fancast TV bit. But Mixler directly is mixler.com/Chelsea-Fancast. Right, it's time to have a bit of Ross's player ratings. I'm so excited about this. He's been mental with his work on this.
Yeah, I've seen it as well.
Have you? You've had a sneak preview.
I've seen it to Pablo, not me, yesterday.
Well,
but he showed it to me.
Right, shall we? I can't wait anymore. Do you want to see it? Shall we see it? Shall we see it? Come here. Oh, come on! You're excited.
We're not until next season.
Look, Ross's ratings: Chelsea 11, 13/14. This is basically Ross's team of the year, and he's done this. He tells me that basically he works it out it's the average across the amount of minutes that they played during the season, which is just a phenomenal effort. Right, anyway, reading from the top. Cech is in goal. He got 6.7. Ivanovic, 6.6. Cahill, 6.8. John Terry, 6.9. Azpilicueta, 6.8. John Obi Mikel, 6.5. Matic, 7.1. Willian, 7. Oscar, 6.7. Hazard, 7. Eto'o is our top striker according to Ross's ratings at 6.7. And then the three substitutes, so the best of the rest if you like, are Ashley Cole 6.5, Super Frankie Lampard 6.5, and Andre Schürrle at 6.7. So what do you think of that, Paolo?
Yeah, I mean, actually, bar the Mikel exception, which is kind of more highlighting the lack of performing midfield options. I mean, Mikel only just sneaked into having played 20 games worth of minutes, so I mean, he's quite low down on that. But other than that, I mean, it's pretty much what you would have picked for most of the season.
I think it's amazing. I mean, I find this even more interesting because having just kind of gone through the nominations for Player of the Year and Most Disappointing Player and all this kind of stuff, it's really interesting how this pans out. Now, I've got some notes on this, Darren, that you'll love. And it does bear it out. The worst performing area on the pitch was in central midfield, and Frank and Ramirez and Mikel weren't really very consistent through the year, he reckons, and yet, Matic was fantastic, but he only has 17 starts. I'm really intrigued by the whole Eto'o being our top striker, and what Ross says about it is he's led an average bunch at centre forward with Fernando Torres on 6.39 and Demba Ba at 6.35, failing to make much of an impact on a game-by-game basis. But he says Bar's rating is low due to the small number of games he played and the high percentage of late substitute appearances. So there we go.
Yeah, and when he did give him a 9, you still got annoyed at him. So you actually...
I just choose to ignore that.
No, you made a big deal about it.
You did make a very big deal out of it.
Did I?
Yeah.
What did I say? I can't remember.
Well, he scored twice and he got a 9, and you started saying that was way too high for him. But what else can he do in 20
so
minutes?
actually Ross has proved that I was right, because I remember now. I moaned because he came on as a sub, and I said you can't give him 9 just because he came on with 5 minutes to go and scored 2 goals.
No, but the point is his point's the other way, that he's been getting lower marks.
Yeah, because he didn't have much time on the pitch.
No, Paul's right. He's been getting low marks because you're saying that if he comes on with 20 minutes, he shouldn't get a high mark.
Okay.
Nothing he can do deserves a 9, so he's only ever going to get, in your opinion, a 7 for scoring 2 goals. Means he's always going to get lower than he should do.
I think we should ask the people here who have more intelligence than all three of us.
It's 2-1, you're out.
Benches, I think we need to have the casting vote. Am I right or are they right?
Chidge is going to win anyway, so...
Lovely to have Seb back with us. Oh, yes. Listen, I'll tell you
You can have a seat here next year if you keep doing that.
I know. It would reduce the average age considerably. Right, but actually the most important thing is that what Ross has concocted out of all this, he's actually managed to come up with his player of the season. Mm-hmm. And his player of the season is, well, I'll do it in reverse order. John Terry got 6.92. Eden Hazard got 6.99, and therefore Ross's player of the season, based on the way he does his ratings, is Willian at 7.3. Isn't it interesting?
He only played over a 7 as his average rating, is it?
Sorry, Sarah at 7.03.
Yeah.
I was going to say that's quite. No, you didn't. You said 7.3.
Did I?
I was going to say that's quite a big lead to have won by like a third of a point.
Well, I know. Do you know what he also found out? He said that Willian did not receive a single score of 5 or lower throughout the course of the season.
And that's ultimately his consistency what's won it.
Well, he showed incredible game-to-game consistency, despite scoring just 4 goals.
Which Jose Mourinho would absolutely love.
We are going to send these to Jose. You know, Jose would love this. We'll put them on the iPad and we'll send it in a nice. We'll wrap it up with a nice bow because he loves his stats. Jose loves his stats. He will like this.
Cheddar might like them as well.
Who?
Cheddar, you know the guy.
He's dead to me, mate. You know. Stat of the week: if you get married, you no longer have to do stats for Chelsea FanCast. Apparently. No, if you're listening, Chadder, actually, you know, we should do. Congratulations for getting married, Chad. It's brilliant. There we go. Round of applause for all of us. There we go. Absolutely. No, well done, mate. And I hope you had a top day. The only other thing about this that I think, actually, no, I'm going to do this just as we've got about a minute or two to go. He's also got his worst performers of the season, and this is also, I think, what I love about this is that it takes the BS out of it. You know, I get a bit emotional about choices and things. This is so clinical, isn't it? It's just like absolutely robotic in its
and I think
assessment.
actually, whilst I mean, like the points at the top were pretty close in terms of there was point 11, I think, that separated the top 4 or 5, whereas at the bottom it was quite clear who the worst performers were.
All right, well, Ross's worst player of the year is David Luiz. He got 6.2, who, in Ross's words, didn't excel at centre-back and was wildly inconsistent when he moved to central midfield, and Mo Salah as well, but, you know,
And I noticed when you did your votes for the player of the year, you deliberately didn't include Luiz like you said you would for the most disappointing player.
Yes, I have. We'll get into that in a minute, but I know
that.
I've changed a few things that I did. But if I'd have seen this before I did it, I would have done. But, you know, and sadly I didn't. What I will say before we go to the break is that Ross is working very, very hard and doing a massive blog on all of this for the website. And he's also going to be doing blogs on all of the individual players and going a little bit deeper into how he does the ratings. It's absolutely... I mean, we are so lucky to have Ross who's prepared to do this. It's fantastic. But there you go.
Can I say as well?
Very quickly, you've got 5 seconds.
Oh, it's going to take slightly longer than that. I was just going to say that Ross will always watch the match back, no matter how disappointing, no matter how bad a match. The Villa game, he stayed at ours afterwards, and he still went back home the next morning so we could do all his ratings ready for the show today. He said, no, Chidge, as soon as I can. So Ross, you've got to wait around. Just stay around till the afternoon. It's a good day. He said, no, I've got to do it in the morning so Chidge can get him up on the website. And he was very insistent on going home instead of staying with us. Maybe it's just an excuse.
Dedication.
Who knows? But it's dedication.
Dedication. We'll be back with more dedication after this very short break.